Hello there engineers, and welcome to this video for Prompt Geek. In today's video we're going to be looking at this brand new ControlNet model. IP adapter is an amazing model for ControlNet, and it's going to basically change the way you do so many different things inside of Stable Diffusion. It is so much more powerful and more accurate than any of the other existing methods out there. You can see right here in this table, you can take your image, you can create variations of it that you'll be able to build your own LoRa's with. You'll be able to actually have it take a face and then build the people out around it. You can combine it with different ControlNet models such as OpenPose, depth, soft edge, so you can have your creations, your generations in different angles and positions while they maintain the look and feel of the original image. Not only that, but you're able to actually transfer styles as well. You'll be able to actually take a piece of artwork and apply the style to your own images using ControlNet. This ControlNet model not only works in SD 1.5 based models, but also there is an SDXL version as well. And in this video, I'm going to show you where to find this, how to install it, and then I'm going to show you how to use it. So please make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. So what is this model that I'm looking at? It is called IP Adapter by Xiaohu 2015 over on GitHub. Now I saw this about a week and a bit ago before it was actually added to Stable Diffusion's Automatic 1111. And at the time I was hoping and praying that they would add it. You're going to come along to the link I've put in the description down below, which will bring you to this page here on GitHub. If you scroll down to download models, click here. This will take you to the IP adapter models, and we'll go file and versions. So we have the SDXL models and the standard models. So I'm going to just click on standard for now. These are pickle tensors, and in general you do not want to be downloading pickles because they can include malicious code. Now, there are no community notes here from anybody concerned about the files. I am, of course, really hoping that I can trust this developer, so just be very cautious whenever downloading anything like this. But the fact that Ilyas Veal has added this ControlNet model to the supported model on Automatic 1111 does give me some indication that they are safe to use. So we're going to download these now by clicking on the file name, clicking the download button, and we're going to want to save them inside the Stable Diffusion Web UI folder, in Extensions, in SD Web UI ControlNet, and then inside Models. And we can save that there. We're going to go back and do the same with the other two as well. Now, once you've downloaded those, you will need to actually change them because they are as a bin file and they need to be a PTH. That's actually pretty simple. All you need to do is right-click the file, rename, then just delete .bin and turn it into .pth. It will give you a warning. You just press yes there and do the same or the last version. Now that you've done that, you will need to go back into Stable Diffusion. So now we're in Stable Diffusion. The first thing you need to do is update ControlNet. So go to Extensions, Installed, check for updates. You'll click that and then it will show you which ones have new commits. And you could see there that ControlNet has some new updates. That's what's going to let us use the new models. Once you've done that check for updates, we're going to click Apply and restart the UI. This will take a couple of moments, and you're probably going to have to close Stable Diffusion and restart it properly for the actual changes to take place. I've got the Absolute Reality checkpoint selected at the top there. I've got my prompt in here, a photo of an old American woman, detailed skin with red hair, green eyes, wearing playful graphic t-shirt, sitting with legs crossed, one hand on knee, in a dry dock, full body, 50mm film grain. And then the negative prompts: bad hands 5, bad dream, unrealistic dream, NSFW, because we want to keep this one family friendly, big eyes, and camera, because sometimes what I found is that if you actually prompt for a camera type, it will sometimes stick a camera in your generation, and we don't want that right now. That's all set up. We've got a sampling method, a DPM plus STE keras. We've got the high-res fix set up there as well, and we're going to generate this image so that we have something to work with in our image-to-image ControlNet model. And here we have it, our old American lady. What a beauty. Now, if you're wondering and you're looking at this going, why did you create an image of an old lady this time, Prompt Geek? The answer is, the last couple of videos I had people complaining at me that all my images were of waifus and young women. And because I don't want to upset you and disappoint you with this video, we're going to do all of our images with this kind old lady. So I'd like you to wheeze and Josh this attractive old lady's face for the remainder of this video. And of course, Jacob, we will do a few different images, but let's use this one as our first one. Okay, so as beautiful as that old lady was, she was probably a little bit too old for my taste, so I have redone the generation a couple of times and settled upon this image here, which I think looks really lovely. She's very attractive, slightly older lady, and I think that this will be a much easier image to work with for the rest of this video. Don't you agree? And if you're wondering how do I get such amazing results that look so realistic, well, the answer to that is a formula that I have developed through lots and lots of research in Stable Diffusion. I've made all of that research available for you for free over on Gumroad in my very own book called Creating Photorealistic Images with AI Using Stable Diffusion. It's had over 8,000 downloads, and as you can see, it's had 241 ratings with 5 stars. It is worth getting because guess what? It's free. $0. Of course, if you do appreciate the content that I'm putting out and appreciate the book, I would definitely welcome a donation of about $2 to go towards my coffee fund. That would be great because I am working on the next books now. So please do pop over. The link is in the description down below. Like I said, it is actually free. If you want it for free, just put 0 in here and you can download it for nothing. But if you would like to donate, please do put in an amount there. Then I will make sure that I put it towards my coffee fund and putting together the next couple of books for you. Again, all of those will be free as well. With that shameless plug out of the way, let's go and send this to ControlNet. So let's go along here, find ControlNet. We're going to drag our image into ControlNet. We're going to choose IP adapter, and then from the model, we're going to choose the model we want. There are 3 models that we downloaded: IP adapter plus face, IP adapter plus, and IP adapter. IP adapter plus face is in beta at the moment and is very good if you have a close-up of a face. I'll show you how to use that one in a moment. We have IP adapter, which is the one we're going to use in this instance. So we'll select that. We'll also make sure that we click enable. Then we're going to go back up to our prompts. I am going to use a detailer. I'm in here. For the detail prompt, I'm going to put in here older American. And then if we go to our prompt, this is the great bit. We don't need any of this. I might just leave in the negative prompts. We'll give it a quick test, see if that affects it. And if not, we'll delete those and try it again. We'll turn off high-res fix just for demonstration purposes. However, you are more than welcome to run it with high-res fix and should do if you want a decent high-resolution image. But we're going to just go ahead now with the ControlNet set here, and just this in the prompt is the negative prompt, and let's see what we get. And here we have our first result. And okay, it's not an exact likeness of the original image. Actually come out very faded. Let's take out that negative prompt and see if that makes a difference. As you can see, taking out the negative prompt has actually resulted in the colors being much closer to the original. Again, it's not perfect, but it is actually a pretty damn good likeness in a lot of ways to the original image. If you see there, we've got the blue shorts, the red t-shirt with the graphics on it, the red hair, and if we go to the original image, you can see it has, without a prompt, been able to pick up all that information. Now where this model really actually shines is with concept art styled images. So if we are to, for example, take an image of a character and then we bring that in, when we change, obviously we change the checkpoint to let animated this time. No prompt needed. Using the Euler any sampling method. Now you can see that we have got 4 variations of this character, and they all have very similar looks, but obviously some variations to the actual details. This is actually a perfect tool if you want to start building out a lore for a specific style of character. This is where this next trick comes in really handy, because of course with your lore you're going to need to have your character in different poses and in different scenes in order for the lore to really train properly. So what you can do is you can then come along to ControlNet and add a second ControlNet, enable that, and what we can do is just bring in here a posed image of some sort. So I've just brought in this image here. We will set this one to open pose, and now let's generate and see what we get. And you can see now exactly why I said this is an incredibly powerful model to use. We've now got 4 images of our creepy looking character in that pose, which we can then take and again use in the training. So that's how we can use it in concept art style images. Let's go back to the photoreal stuff, because this is another very cool thing, and of course this will work for characters as well. We're going to grab an image of the face, and of course it doesn't even have to be an image that's generated inside Stable Diffusion. It could be a face from a photograph if you want. So I've brought in this face here that I've generated for my upcoming book on prompting people. We're going to go to the second one, the open pose, and I'm going to just choose an image with a pose in it, and then back in the face image here we're going to change the IP adapter to IP adapter plus face. And up here in the prompt, I'm going to write here, because we don't have an image which actually shows her body, we're going to pop in here what she's going to be wearing, which will be a silver evening dress. Before we hit generate on this image, we better change it to a more photorealistic model. Let's try cyber realistic classic. And of course, we'll change our sampling method back to DPM plus SDXL. And let's generate. And there we have it. Look at this with Klein model here in a silver dress. Is that a little bit racy? Well, you can see here the face that we started with, the image that we received. They are incredibly close. And of course, you can do this in different poses and with different outfits. The coolest feature of this ControlNet model has to be the ability to style transfer. And it does it so amazingly well. They'll show you a few examples of what you can actually do with style transfer. These are just a few of the examples that I did. Now I'll show you how I did that. I've got Rev animated as my Stable Diffusion checkpoint. I've got Euler A as the sampling method. Steps 30, high-res fix is on, and I'm using 4x ultra sharp. Just be aware that apparently 4x ultra sharp, somewhere in this terms and service, actually says that you can't use it for commercial purposes. The high-res steps set to 10. DOS and strength is down to 0.3. In fact, it could probably do with being even lower than that, so we're going to put it to 0.2. 768 by 512. I'm not going to put a detailer on or anything like that, but we are going to, of course, come down to ControlNet. For our first ControlNet 0, we are going to enable it. In this first ControlNet, we're going to put the image we want to take the style from. In this instance, we're using the Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. We'll set the model to IP adapter ST 1.5. If you're using SDXL, of course, use the SDXL version of the processor here. We can leave control weight and all of this at the default settings. Or we're going to go to now ControlNet Unit 1. And in here, we're going to drop in our image that we want to actually apply the style to. In this instance, it's a picture of myself at my desk in the basement, working on these videos for you. Right, so there we go. Now what we need to do is we need to set this one to either something like soft edge or to a depth map. In the preprocessor for soft edge, I'm going to change this to soft edge head, and now I'm going to reduce the control weight to about 0.8. Then all we have to do is run this, and you're going to see the result. No need for a prompt, no need for a negative prompt. Although I will put in the prompt cat just to help it out a little bit so that it gets this image right. Then let's generate and see what happens. And here is our result. It is actually amazing. It is so fantastic. It looks great. I've ever seen myself look so incredible on screen before, but you can see how it has taken the style of that original image by Vincent van Gogh and has tried to apply that to the image of the cat in the basement, and it looks incredible. in terms of style transfer, this is the best model that I have actually seen so far for doing this. And you can even do some really quite cool stuff with regards to textures. So you can really experiment with this feature as long as you put, like I said, in Control Net 0, you put the image with the style. In Control Net Unit 1, you put your image that you want to apply to. That's the way to make this work. But you can do some great stuff, some really clever experimentation using these models. An example of that would be taking, for example, textures, like this grungy texture. And the result you get looks like this. So some very cool things you can do with this model, definitely. And it's worth just playing around with and just experimenting. I mean, that's part of the joy of AI art, is being able to actually create stuff and to test new things out all the time. So hopefully you'll find that this video has been super useful to you. And remember, if you are looking for help on how to create photorealistic images with AI, use Stable Diffusion. I have my free book out on promptgeek.gumroad.com. You can download it there for free. If you want to donate, of course, to my coffee fund, I would be very welcome to it. Otherwise, just put 0 in the name a fair price box and you'll get it for free. Either way, I won't be offended. I'm just happy that you guys are finding this book useful. So please do go ahead and download that if you haven't done so already. The next book is on the way, and it's all about prompting people and how to do hairstyles and outfits and facial features. It's going to be very, very useful, and it will work as a supplement to this book. Alright guys, to be able to keep up with all of the latest AI news and techniques, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one, Prompt Engineers.